Hey everybody, what's going on? It's me, Chase. This is No Chaser TV, and we are here to discuss the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I know it's been so long. You thought I left you without a dope beat to step to, but I am back, baby, and we have to talk about Salt Lake City. As we know, last week was the conclusion of our run on Mojito Mommies, the podcast. Thank you guys so much for supporting me and Jaime through Mojito Mommies. Oh my God, I forgot my TV. TV is on in the back. It is actually on YouTube. It is. I need to fix that. Okay, so but yes, thank you guys so much for supporting me and Jaime on Mojito Mommies. We do greatly appreciate your support. And from here on out, we have uh, Salt Lake City. We have Potomac on Sundays, and we will be doing Married to Medicine. Hey everybody, thank you, like and subscribe. I appreciate it. We have Salt Lake City that we're doing. We have Married to Medicine that we'll be doing again another round. I got the people to sign up for the Married to Medicine, and we are also going to go ahead and do Beverly Hills here as well. And you'll see all of the familiar faces. But I want to have some guests come on in and pop on up to the thing and give their thoughts as well. Now you know, guys know in Salt Lake City it's just me thugging it out. So give me one sec. I had to stop that. That was weird. Okay. Yes, me thugging it out. So yeah. Anyway, that being said, I want to thank everybody for tuning in and supporting. Hey, everybody on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, well X, and Facebook. We greatly appreciate it. Good early afternoon. Yes, it's early. Hey, love, love, love. Hey, Sean. Hey, Lot Queen. Let's get right on into it. Hold on. All right, let's get right on into it because I gotta be honest. The girls are giving on Salt Lake City. The girls are giving, and this one was a lot of personal story driven. And I am liking what we're getting on Potomac, but one of my biggest gripes is it seems like we're not getting a lot of personal story in lieu of the group dynamic, which I love the new group dynamic. I'm excited for it. I can't wait to continue to watch it play out. I do like Potomac, but I would like some of the personal story so I can kind of balance some of these girls out because without it, they're looking real dimensionalist ish. Is that a word? I don't know if that's a word, but anyways, it's given one dimension. So with that being said, let's get into it. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. We greatly appreciate all of your support. Thank you so much. Now, Heather and Lisa FaceTime, and Heather and Lisa, was it Heather and Lisa? Excuse me, Heather and Angie FaceTime, and Angie set up a meeting with Mary after last week's episode because she cares about Mary, and it used to be the same for her and Lisa, but they kind of see each other now and they see where they're at with one another. And so she really does care about her relationship with Mary and fixing that. So she's not going to let that linger and fester like most housewives do. She's going to go ahead and meet up with Mary ASAP to get it fixed. Heather can't believe that Angie is closer to Mary than Lisa. And you know, listen, Heather Gay probably gonna get her ass whipped today. Heather Gay, that was loaded. Like I just felt like that. Oh, I can't believe how close you are with Mary either. Like, girl, what you trying to say? All right, all right. Don't get me started, Heather Gay. Don't get me started. Heather says she needs Lisa to listen and acknowledge what she is saying. If anyone can get her, and if anyone can get her to change, it's this group because she feels they're halfway there. And so this is a stark contrast from the beginning of the season when Heather, you know, I said that she was booty licking. She was all up Angie's ass on the first couple of episodes of the season uh, because now she's willing to go ahead. Hey, everybody. Oh, thank you from London. Yes, that's what's up. Um, was all up Lisa's ass the first two episodes. And, you know, something's changed, and hopefully we'll get into that in this episode. Bronwyn and Todd have ice cream, and she tells him that she likes the cherry, you know, as he knows that she loves her cherry, and especially since it's only one, she likes to eat her cherry last after she eats her ice cream sundae. As she's explaining to him about some things. Todd picks her cherry off her ice cream and eats it and then laughs. If that is not indicative and a metaphor for her relationship and relationships, I don't know what is. She clearly communicated a boundary. Well, not a boundary, but something that she enjoys. And you go out of your way to go ahead and contribute to her not like having that moment. I just think that that's weird. Whether it's juvenile, kidding, this is what couples do. You can't be my man to do that. Because if I tell you I like something and you go and you do something to ruin that for me, I look at that as a bigger sign and a bigger picture. And the bigger picture is, to me, it doesn't matter what I say. You're going to do what you want to do and you're going to laugh about it. And my feelings don't matter. That's what I take it as. That's what I take it as. Angie is a villain too. Angie got a mouth on her, and I told you I felt like it was like borderline mean. Like I just the principle stands as to why she's doing it for me, but Angie's mouth is just like wow. We'll get into that in a little bit. But yeah, that Bronwyn and Todd ice cream thing was a big, big tell and look into their relationship for me. Bronwyn tells Todd the details about Whitney's event, and Todd can care less. Here's the thing, right? Why? Mm, mm, I don't know if I would waste my time telling someone about things that clearly they have no interest in, and then being saddened or surprised at the result that I get from telling someone something that they're clearly not interested in. Like, you're inviting an asshole in to be an asshole. Yes, Melissa, I totally agree. Made him look like a D bag. She just said it about the chair. Absolutely, absolutely. Uh-huh. Not cool. Not cool. Yeah. Todd doesn't care. And that's the issue, Sean. Todd does not care. Todd doesn't care. That's the issue. Um, Todd says that the intuitive that told Bronwyn to move on with her mom. Excuse me, Bronwyn says that the intuitive told her to move forward with her mom and her relationship. And then Todd reduces it down to a 50-50 guess. Like, I don't like anybody raining on my parade, but my man is supposed to be my ear, my confidant, my supporter. He's supposed to keep it real with me, but I think that people have it twisted about keeping it real, right? You can keep it real, but I also think that there's a thing called time and place, and keeping it real and time and place can coexist with one another. I'm gonna keep it real with you, and I'm gonna tell you what you need to know, but you're clearly so excited about something. You're clearly so hyped about something. Maybe right now is not the time to give you that gut punch. I'll let you have that. But I am going to have a conversation with you eventually that is the real and what I honestly think. You know what I mean? Especially if it's to protect you. And I get that maybe he was doing it as a protector, like don't get your hopes up. It was just an intuitive. You can go ahead and consider what he says, but don't take what he says as gospel because it's not gospel. Okay, that's facts. I hear you. But also, don't rain on my parade. Who sent around this cloud to rain on my parade? My husband? Not my husband. My husband? My man? And now Bronwyn has to ask herself, did she marry someone? Did she marry a husband or was she marrying a daddy? Because this looks like father daughter. Like grandpa is giving it to Bronwyn and it's not a comfortable watch. Yes, the people coming into the lounge. Todd doesn't want to be bothered with it, but she's kind of forcing him to listen. He doesn't care, and that's my thing. Stop forcing someone to listen about something they don't give a fuck about, and then being confused when they don't give an f about it. I mean, Bronwyn gets emotional and says Todd isn't interested and she doesn't like being misunderstood. She was excited about what the intuitive told her, and he is shooting down everything. Todd does apologize. So here's what we got to do, Bronwyn. You're one of those type of people who are well aware of the situations that you're in, but it seems to me you don't take any action about the situations that you're in unless you're taking action and you're playing the long game, and the Real Housewives of Atlanta is the action for you, because the action is an exit plan, because you need to leave this man. If this man continuously does something like this to you, and you are happy about something and you're excited about something and your interests do not interest him, you have to either understand that opposites attract and respect that he does not give a damn about you and these girls on this show who continuously make your life a living hell when you do not need the money, or you need to find a man who cares about it, and find a man who want to be on TV, and find a man who want to be involved in the mess, and find a man who want to hear what you got to say, and find a man, and find a man, and find a man, because that man is not Grandpa Todd. Grandpa Todd does not give a hoot nanny about what you got going on with these girls. So I think it is time that you use your exit strategy, because it is only going to get worse from here, and find a man. Now, this is only your second season, and the people fault Barlow on getting a raise. So I do understand that maybe Housewives is not paying as well as it used to pay, but normally they say around that third season, that's when the money kicks in. So I'm gonna give you to next season to start getting that ball rolling to secure your season 4 contract. And by your 4th season on this show, you got to be out of this relationship. It's time for you to start to find a man, because I can't. Like, what do you want? I can't even feel bad for you about it. Bronwyn is setting the stage for divorce. There's no other reason to bring that man on TV to have that type of conversation. She knows who she's married to, and she knows that he don't care and he don't give a hot hoot nanny. So maybe it's time for her to what, y'all? Say it with me, group. Everybody in the lounge, find a man. Cause I is this weird that I drink my gallon of water like this? Y'all gonna be mad? I got to get my water though, girl. Got to get the water. Mm. Mm-hmm. 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 It's time to find a man. Yes, it is. Nettie Reed on Facebook. Todd is an a-hole. He gives his wife no support. He acts like he doesn't even like her. And that is a big, yeah. I mean, I can't disagree with you on any of that. I mean, the only thing that I can kind of give Todd is that it's very clear that he's not interested. And she continues to talk about it with him and continues to involve him in it and continues to put him in it. And so it begs me to ask the question that even though it seems like they're not compatible and he does come off very mean and grumpy, does she play a role in this too by purposely doing these things that he does not like in order to elicit a reaction on camera? So when she does leave his ass, everybody can say, well, we don't feel bad because he was nasty. Like, how many times, just as you said you didn't like, you would like for some, you know, you want to eat the cherry at the last moment and all of those things, and then he comes and eats your cherry, you also do things he does not like, i.e., filming this show, i.e., being around this show and being around these women. So if you know that this is something that he's not interested in, and you continue to bring him into the fold and involve him in something he clearly does not want to do, and it elicits this reaction, are you actually looking out for the best interest of your husband, as opposed to saying, hey, I really want to do this show. My husband does not want to do it. And if that's a deal breaker for you guys, I can go down and be part time. I don't have to be a full time housewife because I do enjoy doing this show. Or Can it be a deal like with Mary, where Mary doesn't really show her husband because he has absolutely no interest in it after the backlash and the ridicule that he got his first season? Is it a situation to where she's purposely going out of her way to make Todd look bad? And I'm not a Todd apologist. I don't see it for Todd, but like I said, I do keep it all the way 100. And I always believe that it is very rare that people do not contribute to the demise of a relationship, because the relationship is the relation between two people. Now, there are definitely instances where people have not done nothing. Definitely instances, and I'm not saying that that doesn't happen, doesn't exist, and doesn't occur, but I'm saying I clearly see that she keeps bringing him on camera talking about this stuff that he has no interest in, and then he goes and lashes out or is not as supportive as she would want him to be when she knows that he does not support the venture anyway. So why keep doing it? So Sean say Bronwyn ain't going away, y'all. Find a man. That's what you need to do. Nettie, I think she should stop telling him about the ladies. They should talk their marriage, set up date night, go out on a trip together, talk. She is starting to get on my nerves. Keep talking about the ladies to her husband. No man wants to hear that. Ooh-wee. Washington says she's going to leave the show. Sean said he would have to get up and get another one. I know. Thank you. Now go get me some more chairs because you getting on my nerves. Anyway, that was interesting way to kick off the episode. Lisa meets with Heather and is excited. Well, no, Lisa is with her husband, John, and she's excited about the yacht trip, even though it's only 3 days and she's used to 7 or 10. And that's what Lisa does. That's a Lisa-ism. If you guys don't know what one is, Lisa has, you know how Kiana said that Wendy is bigger, better, best? Lisa Barlow. And I don't even need to go into that, but that's Lisa Barlow, bigger, better, best. She tells John about the intuitive and says she feels taken for granted and exhausted. And she cries to her dad instead of John at when she has days that are overwhelming for her, because she runs the family, she runs her businesses, and she just has a lot on her plate, and she feels like there is a disconnect between her and her husband. John says Lisa doesn't want to hear what he has to say because she has already made things up in her mind, and she doesn't necessarily disagree with that at all. Lisa says they've been together a long time and nothing is perfect. John says, well, everything you do is perfect, and it's just me. I don't know enough about their relationship, but there's a lot of resentment, and I think that Lisa Barlow is Lisa Barlow in her relationships everywhere across the board. It's not just with these ladies. I think the Lisa Barlow that we see with the group is the Lisa Barlow that they get at home, and she never lets that guard down. And I'll be honest, that's something I'm afraid of. I never let my guard down. Like, I'm a Mary, and we're going to get into that, where it's like, I don't let my guard down. So when I let you into my life and I let it down, and I'm super vulnerable and honest and tell you things and let you into my life, and I feel like you've betrayed me, it is not hard for me on the surface to act like I don't know you and you never exist again. And there have been friendships that I have cut off and I have never spoken to the person again, walk right past them in the bar like I don't know them, child, and do all of that kind of stuff. So we'll get to that in a little bit. But I see Lisa doing this as protection. But the one thing about having your guard up for protection is that guard that you have up to protect yourself hurts everybody else on the outside of it as well. And now everybody's hurting. So Lisa's gonna have to figure that shit out because she about to lose John. And I don't know what John does to contribute to the relationship. He says that he tries to help and it's not good enough for Lisa. I believe that. But like I said, I think that sometimes it takes two, and I don't believe that he's without fault. However, Lisa Barlow is exhausted and he's tired of her. Oh, look, he's tired of Lisa. I know that Christianity normally is not a fan of divorce. I wonder what it's like to be Mormon and divorced. Like, I think they say it's like a big no-no. So maybe they're staying together because of that. But John is checked out, and I do not know how Lisa saves this. I don't know how she saves it. Yeah, Melissa. Yeah. Yeah, Melissa says they're all kind of getting on my nerves, really. Hmm. Yes, that's where I'm at with it too. But I think we almost to mid-season, so Lord, just let me push through. Salt Lake City is an emotionally draining and taxing show to recap, but they're the girls. They're the girls. They are the girls. Mary meets with Angie, and Angie greets her at the door, and Mary is already ready to be upset with her, and she's like, "Oh, you getting the door today? Because normally I have to let myself in. You don't normally get the door." So Mary came there to kick ass and take names. Mary came to to kick ass and chew bubblegum, and she's all out of bubblegum, okay? Mary, Mary is one of a kind. Angie apologizes and tells Mary that it's hard for her to be bullied and not respond to the bully being Lisa. And Mary says, "Well, you're becoming the bully." And Angie is shocked. Mary says Angie didn't listen to her when she was trying to get her to calm down and stop. And Mary said Angie treated her like she was not there. She also said that Angie lashed out at Mary and she's supposed to be Mary's sister, okay? But she's not. So find another one, okay? And Angie is completely shocked. Uh, Mary, see, that's Mary Karen, right? Because I should be able to get you to stop, but you can't sometimes. Sometimes you just got to stay out of people's way, let them blow up, let them get it out, and then you come in and calm them down after you've tried to stop it in the moment. But to continue to calm down, it's not going to calm me down. Back the hell up out of my face. So maybe Mary should take that into account too. Mary has this thing where, like, I don't know. I feel like Mary can say and do, but you can't do and say to Mary. Because Mary pointed out to Angie that you didn't care about what Lisa said when Lisa was doing this to everybody else. You were her friend, but now that Lisa's saying this about you, now you care. And now you want to stand up for everybody because it directly impacts you. But when it was impacting everyone else, you didn't care. And Angie was like, "Mary, please, not right now. I don't need to hear, I don't want to hear that right now, please." And Mary kept going. So then when Angie brought up, she said horrible things about you, and now you want to be her friend. Everybody goes back to her. Everybody goes back to her. And Mary was like, "I don't want to hear that right now. That's not what I'm trying to hear." Okay. Mary got mad. So, something to think about, Mary. But ultimately, I don't find issue with what Mary was saying. I just was like pointing out, that Mary can kind of be that way too. Mary says that Angie doesn't want to walk on eggshells with Mary. And Mary says, "Yeah, but you're mean. You're mean." Like when you made fun of Mary's fart. Mary says, "First of all, the dog farted, and then you told Bronwyn to come over here to get away from the fart, and I don't even eat poorly, so I wouldn't have smelled like that, and so you wouldn't smell my fart anyway. And next time I won't tell you when I have gas because I have gas, and you couldn't smell my fart. And when I fart, and listen, when you fart, I would never make fun of your fart. Okay, I would just not say anything. You don't even know if I smelled your fart. I was offended about it. Okay." And what she's trying to say in her merry way is, "Girl, you dragged it. Girl, yes, I had the gas going. I had the gastrocnemius muscle going. It was going, but you dragging it. Okay, and you dragged it on camera, and that's even more embarrassing. So for you to be talking about my fart when we know that we on camera, and you talk about my fart and you moving around like my fart stinking, I don't even eat poorly, so you can't smell my fart. So when I farted, you was acting like it was a big deal, and I already came in here and told y'all I had gas, so don't make it a big deal when I fart. But instead of that, you went on ahead and did that, and then you was acting like my fart stank, and you know that was the dog who farted, and so why would you put that fart on me when I told you I had gas, and I didn't even say I was farting, but I said I was gassy, and gas can come out in a multitude of ways. But even if I did fart, you wouldn't have smelled the fart in the first place. And Angie just cracks up and says, "You know what, Mary? You right, girl. You got it. You got it. I dragged it. And I'm sorry. I love you. Grab my hand. Grab my hand, girl." And Mary says, "I don't want to grab your stinking hand. I'm not ready." And she says Angie has disrespected her more than she can handle. And she doesn't let people in. And she holds people that she does let in within high regard. However, when they cross her, she will unmemorize your existence. And that's how I am. I'm just like that too. I am like that too. Does that make me a little crazy because I understood what Mary was trying to say in her merry way? Girl, you dragged me. Girl, you dragging it, girl. Why you got to come on? Damn, girl, God damn. You had to bring it up. I'm trying to, we had the thing. We down to the thing. You ain't got to bring that up. Come on, girl. Anyway, but I do understand what Mary is saying, and I could be like that as well, as far as me not wanting to, well, me kind of being rigid and harsh. And but I try now. So that's the difference. I do try. I try, I'm willing to have a tough conversation, even if I'm wrong. I ain't trying to hear I'm wrong, but if I'm wrong, girl, because we're not always right. So yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's what it is. Girl, we on TV. We down to the thing. You come on, girl. Sean is not going for it. Sean says, no, it's not a true friendship. Angie is scared of Mary and can't openly talk to her about herself or her life. It's surface. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I get why you would say that. I don't know. I think they do share things with one another. I do think that they share, but I do think that Mary can be intimidating. So I think it's like twofold. I think Mary can be intimidating, and Angie doesn't want to walk on eggshells. But what she's walking on eggshells about is displaying bad behavior. You get what I'm saying? So it's not like she walks on eggshells in their everyday life, but she does not want to walk on eggshells when she's getting low down in the gutter and responding to Mary. I mean, just responding to Lisa and Lisa's mess, being even nastier and even messier than Lisa, to the point where it's like, oh, girl, clutch the pearls, girl. I mean, I get it, but ouch, like I still stand by her bringing up the kid business or the kid's brand or anything having to do with the child. I thought that was low for me. I do think it's low, and I don't. That's not to negate that Lisa goes low, but you would want a friend to tell you when you're going too low and to check you on your behavior. Now, whether you listen to them or not, that's on you. But a friend is supposed to tell you when you're wrong, and so I don't necessarily think she walks on eggshells in that every day and she can't be open. But I do think that she walks on eggshells and is more mindful of what she says around Mary when it comes to her being nasty like that. That's what I think. I don't know. I could be wrong. Yeah, so like that, yeah, I don't think that's it. Hey, Demisio. Watch the Washingtons. Mary is the reason for this show at the end of the day. True that. Facts. Angie is giving her props, unlike the other girls. True that and facts. Mary got her together, seeing that Angie, excuse me, was getting into the mess too much. Facts. I think all of those are true. I do. Sean says Angie can't tell Mary when she was wrong. That's a fact. Well, I don't know. I don't know what Mary's been wrong about. Mm. All right. Mary then admits it, which is something very hard for someone to do who has walls up, to admit that she can't live her life without Angie. They hug and agree, and Angie needs to get it together, and they move forward. I'm glad that didn't drag out, just like Mary and Meredith last season. I hated Mary and Meredith, but I hated Meredith for acting like Mary was an issue when she wasn't. So we had to clock Meredith about that last season. But I am glad that um yeah, that was my question. I don't really know what Mary's been wrong. So I don't know. The people trying to figure out what Mary was wrong. I don't know. Y'all gonna have to figure that one out. 'Cause I don't really recall Mary being wrong. Lisa and Heather go shopping, and Heather tells Lisa that she can't bring glam, and Lisa almost has a fit because where the fuck is the glam gonna go on that yacht? Um, and it's only 3 days, Lisa. You'll live instead of being 7 to 10. Heather says that Angie is coming and can help her with her hair. And Angie says, "Oh, that's nice for Angie to finally go on a luxury trip on a yacht." A dig. Lisa says that she is sick of Angie and her antics and feels Angie gets joy and pleasure out of being mean. Heather says, "Well, actually, the girl was crying and shaking and throwing up. So I don't really understand what you're referring to, but that's not the Angie that I experienced." Lisa says she was crying and shaking and throwing up about what? Because she's a mean bitch. And I gagged. I was like, oh, Lisa. And Heather says, well, if Angie's a mean bitch, then Lisa, you're a mean bitch. And Lisa gags and is like, Heather, oh, really? And Lisa says that Angie started it talking about her kids' brand and she is sick of Angie's mean digs. And Heather says that Angie is sick of Lisa's digs too. I want to figure out who we feel like started it. Because I'm going based off of this season, and I feel like based off of this season, Angie started it by kicking open the door for Bronwyn to bring in those lawsuits against Lisa. Yeah, Bronwyn, it seems like you have something that you want to say that you know about. Tell us what it is. So I feel like Angie started it. And so when we got down to the press conference, Lisa was going one by one for all the people who was involved in that situation. And this is this season. However, when you look at Angie's tenure on the show, though Lisa was nice to her in her Lisa way, Lisa really was just looking for a soldier. And so Lisa really started it. If you think about everything they've been through in the totality of the situation. So it depends on how you look at it, a season by season basis or all of it. But I feel like Angie started it. I do. And then I also feel like when Angie started it this season, and I feel like when Angie responded back in kind and said, hey, I know you're not talking about product being on dusty shelf because your child product on that dusty shelf, and you can come get the dusty. You can come get your child product off my dusty ass shelf. That's what you come do because it don't sell nowhere. Everybody say the body wash stink. That's what everybody say on Reddit. If you go on Reddit right now, they say that body wash stink. Water time. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's what the people say. See, that's the thing. So then Lisa, well, I see. I feel like Lisa started it back up again. They squashed it, right? They was like they love each other. They want to move forward. They don't want it to be like this, and they squashed it. But then Lisa kind of started it back up, coming to get her product off that dusty shelf. And Angie went to hell. Like I don't know. At this point, it's so much back and forth between the two girls that both of them dead ass wrong and both of them got to stop. That's where it is. For me, I can't even just trying to figure out who started what is like a thing in itself. And you saw last episode when they tried to figure out who started what, or they were trying to move on, and who started what brought up, they would get back into a fight again. So at this point, who started what, who shot John is not going to help. And at this point, they truly need to move on. They do. They do. Um, Lisa says, what does she do? Because I didn't do anything. And Heather was like, the soup man. And Lisa was like, what soup man? What are you talking about? The soup man. And she's like, oh my gosh, yes. Um, the suit man, that's what you were saying. And Lisa says she said the suit man because Angie said Lisa cheated on her husband. And Heather says that, girl, ain't no suit man. Now that I know what you're talking about, you just made that up to get back at her. Heather says the reason no one has Lisa's back is because everyone has been burned by her in the group, and that is true. Lisa begins fighting back tears and says maybe she shouldn't come on the trip. And Heather says, you can't diss Angie in front of me and expect me not to say anything. And Lisa says that Angie should stop talking about her and she won't have to say anything about Angie. And Angie should stop counting Lisa's coins because Lisa could count Angie's coins because there really aren't that very many to count. Um, and Heather says, and there it is. And there it is. Ladies and gentlemen, Lisa Barlow. Heather calls Lisa out about that, and Lisa says that Heather started this whole thing with everybody coming for Lisa 5 years ago. But Lisa does this thing because she brings up Heather coming for her 5 years ago, and Heather came for her. She definitely came for her, but that was only after Heather found out that Lisa had no interest in being her friend because she was a good time girl at BYU. So actually, Lisa, you kind of started it. Well, did Heather say first that like Lisa was stuck up? I don't know. That was 5 seasons ago, girl. Lisa, stop bringing up shit from 5 years ago. We don't care no more. Heather once says she just wants it to stop in general. She tells Lisa that she is a risky friend, and she says that ultimately, in the reality of the situation, Lisa and Angie are losing. Now, I struggle with this scene because y'all know I don't see it for Heather Gay. Heather Gay was absolutely right what she said to Lisa, and I was actually shocked and impressed that she was not backpedaling, standing firm in her word, not pussy popping, not shucking and jiving, and she was keeping it straight with Lisa. I question the sincerity and why she's doing it when she spent the beginning of the season being up Lisa's ass. And ultimately, I feel like when Lisa said at the table with Heather, we're not the same. I live a completely different life than you girls. That really bothered Heather. And I actually think it spoke to the insecurities in Heather because Heather is finally cool with the cool girl from school and the cool girl around Salt Lake City. And the cool girl let her know, even though you think we're cool, we ain't gonna never be that. Okay? Because we live two separate lives and you don't live like I live and you ain't got it going on like I got it going on. And I honestly think that when Heather heard Lisa say that, all bets were off for Heather. But instead of Heather clocking her in the moment and saying, like, I don't like that you said that, she said, well, I actually think that we do live similar lives. Like, we're all here on this show together and we all live similar lives. And then Lisa said, no, we do not. And Heather shut down and didn't say nothing. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. She's right. She's right. And so I won't discount her for being right. But the way in which she's going about getting off the Lisa Barlow train, it's just like she's always at work, you know, and not clocked in like you're serving clocked in. Yes, girl, you're working, but she's always at work. And it feels like Heather is a master manipulator. And that's what I think. So I was thinking about apologizing to Heather, but she's not getting one. Not from me. I got to see some more because right now this feels a little manipulative. Because Lisa Barlow thought she was coming to get a soldier, and what she got was an independent woman. Ah! She thought she had one of those Heather gay soldiers that she had at the beginning of the season. But when she got there, she got an independent woman. Question, and I question it. I question why all of a sudden Heather is an independent woman as opposed to a soldier. Hmm. But ultimately, at the end of the day, Heather Gay was right. I will give Heather Gay that. Yeah, that's Lisa always starts and then gets wet and cries and plays the victim. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's why I said I recognize. Remember, we were talking a couple of episodes ago, and I was like, "Y'all, Angie's mean, and I don't like it." But also, I gotta allow it because of the way they treated Angie for all those years. All right. Olivia and her daughter Brittany meet, which is like, oh, Brittany's got a solo scene, but okay. Brittany admits when she divorced her children's father, she wanted to make a happy marriage, but was in a constant tug of war between her and her kids. So Brittany again admits that she was DD, dick dumb, and her children were the victim of her dick dumb. Why would you marry a man who's making it a tug of war between you and your children? It makes me wonder if Brittany wanted those children in the first place. And I know that's hard to say, but it makes me wonder if Brittany wanted the children in the first place and she was only doing the mother thing because Olivia reminds Brittany the last time that they met. She said Jared came over and made out in front of Olivia, and it was weird. And Olivia want Brittany to get to know her and spend time with her, especially over an off and on again relationship. Brittany says she chose a man. She's always chosen men because her kids. She doesn't get to see her kids. Olivia then blows up and says, "You cannot put that on the kids." Olivia says when Brittany got married again, the present mother she had until 12 was gone. And Brittany admits she doesn't know how to make it better. Olivia says um, when she put herself in Brittany's shoes, she would never do that to her children. And Brittany wants to get to know Olivia again, but Olivia is afraid to get hurt by Brittany. I want to get the rest of that out so I can make my point in that if Brittany is so dick dumb, and I question why Brittany would choose a man over her children. And then Olivia says that her mom was very present until she remarried again. Is it because she was only present and playing the role, because we know Brittany is an actress and a singer, playing the role of a doting mother because she was dumb behind her husband, who those were his values and his priorities, was marriage, relationship, and children. So was she so actively involved in the children to please her husband? And when they got divorced and she met another man who obviously did not value that, the children became an afterthought because she's dick dumb and it's my man, my man, my man. So even though she recognizes that she is a mother and there's a basic instinct in all mothers, whether they have a relationship with their children or not, that has a wanting and a need and a knowing to mother their child, she was not emotionally available to do so because that's not what her man wanted her to do because she can't see past the man. So much so to the point that she made out with the man when her daughter was on break between two of her jobs to visit with her mom, who had a strained relationship with one another, and she makes out with the man in front of her fucking daughter. That's deep. That's deep and dangerous. That's why I'm kind of leaning towards. I don't feel like Brittany really gave a damn about the children anyway. She cared about their daddy. And because their daddy loved those girls and she knew that was the way to their father's heart, she played that role as long as she could. And when she got another man, it was on to the next. And that is garbage. You're garbage. That's garbage. It's gross. Hey T, Red, how you doing? I've been remarried with a child. Maybe the man act good around the children until they got married. You have to be careful. Absolutely. You know what? That is very much a thing too. That is very much a thing too. But here's my thing, and I'm not judging anyone. I'm speaking for me. If my man did that, we will be getting a divorce because I don't play about mine. And you got to love me. You can't love me without loving mine. I never believe that you love me, and so then I can't marry you unless it's for other reasons. But if I'm marrying for love, then that's not going to work. Hey, everybody. Thank y'all for coming in and pulling up. I appreciate you wherever you're at watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Send a super chat if you will. Donate to the people. But yeah, I would get rid of them. I'm sorry. That is it. Olivia pat Brittany ass up at the diner, didn't her? Heather Jr. came down to that thing and said, I'm finna get your ass together, you no good excuse for a mama. Heather Jr. packed his ass up. I mean, pat Brittany ass up. Yeah, and she absolutely. Um, but also Olivia, I want to speak to you now. Olivia, you know your mama. You know your mama. She's not gonna change. Your mother is dick crazy. She's boy crazy. She's dick dumb, and that's how she get her bills paid until she land a gig, right? And so I would encourage you to understand that you know who your mom is, and either you're gonna take Brittany or you're gonna leave Brittany. Take her or leave her. She's not going to give up that aspect of her life. She made out with a man in front of you. She's not giving that up, baby. And so now it's time for you to make the hard decision. Is her being dick dumb a deal breaker? I could not fathom not having a relationship with my mother, but I do know that there are people who do not have relationships with their parents for various reasons. And you wouldn't be the first. Either accept her for who she is, or you got to leave her where she be, boo. That's the long and the short of it. Yes, Sean added it. Super Cheddar Cash Am. Oh my God, you guys. So I guess I'll tell you now, I'm working on a birthday show. My birthday is November 2nd. We will not be here on Sunday night, but we will be here in the lounge on November 3rd. We're going to do AMA. We're gonna, which is Ask Me Anything. We're gonna review Potomac. Hopefully, I can get all of the familiar faces to pop up and join in. And I want you guys to come up with some great questions for me and join in. And we're gonna have fun Monday, November 3rd, my birthday party celebration here down to the No Chaser TV. We're gonna have it going on, and all of the things are gonna be popping. Okay. So make sure everybody, I need everybody to pull up. Everybody. Okay. All right. Meredith is walking with Heather, and Heather admits that she loves Lisa and wants to defend her, but she doesn't want to be a fool. And Lisa pulls you in and then begins slinging the mud. Heather says Lisa digs up dark skeletons and has done it with all the ladies in the group. Heather asks Meredith why did she let Lisa off the hook at Whitney's luncheon. Meredith says that Lisa apologized profusely about the hot mic incident for years, and so she just moved forward. And Heather says she only did it because she got caught, and she feels like at Whitney's luncheon, Lisa got caught again. Meredith says, "What if she didn't do it?" And Heather's like, "She did it." Uh, Looking at Heather's record, it tracks. And Meredith says she's going to go with Lisa and believe Lisa because she's not cool with Angie. And Meredith does not fuck with Angie and reminds everyone about the things that Angie has said and reminds me about the things that Angie has said about, reminds everyone about the things Angie has said about um, Heather and alleging that, she was doing Barbie scissor kicks with Jen Shaw. So Heather doesn't want to have to keep Lisa at arm's length because Lisa digs up dirt, but it's looking to become a necessity. And Meredith says no one should dig up dirt on anyone. And Heather shoots back, well, she did it to you. And ultimately, she wants Lisa to own up to her wrongdoings. And this felt like it confirmed what I knew. There's always a reason why Heather moves the way that she moves. And it's because she's trying to set up her yacht experience to come for Lisa. And she needs the girls to have her back to do it. Like it's feeling like it's going to be a Lisa, a intervention, a Lisa vention. Like she's going to have a Lisa Barlow intervention on this group trip. And she's starting to plant seeds and get everything moving. Now, Lisa says that she does not believe Angie because they're not in a good place and they've been beefing for years. So she's going to choose, I mean, not Lisa, but Meredith says she doesn't choose to believe Angie because they've been beefing and why now kind of thing. Angie's not lying, but it was a long time ago. Lisa and Meredith were not in a good place when Lisa encouraged Angie to look up information on Meredith. And so to be upset about something that happened when you guys weren't in a good place is your prerogative. But for me, I would not, I mean, I would be mad, but I would still operate in my relationship with Lisa because it's been so long ago, right? And not only has it been so long ago, it was in a moment where you weren't in a good place. And this does track. But Heather trying to get Meredith to admit it on camera would then hold Meredith liable to participate in this upcoming Lisa gang up that we're going to get. Heather thinks she's nickel slick, but I got her penis changed. I'm only Heather ass. I'm on to you, Heather. I'm on to you, Heather. I'm on to you. And that would explain why you didn't speak up more in the moment when Lisa said that she was better than y'all or different than y'all, and why, you held Lisa so accountable because you're rallying the troops. You know Whitney's gonna be down for a Lisa Barlow gang up. You already know it. You already know Mary's going to sit back and probably say nothing because Mary, even though she doesn't dislike Lisa Barlow, she's not a Lisa Barlow fan per se to a certain degree. And as long as Lisa don't come over there fucking with her, then she's not going to fuck with Lisa, right? But now you're trying to turn Meredith against her as well, just like Angie was trying to do. That's covert. You're trying to get the numbers on your side, and you already know that now Bronwyn is going to have a problem because the stuff is leaking about Bronwyn. And so now you got numbers on your side, and you're finna sock it to Lisa on a boat where she can't get away from it. Ooh, Heather Gay is a nasty piece of girl. Ooh, because normally Lisa could just get up and leave, like she did at Whitney's luncheon, right? But you're on a yacht. Unless you're gonna call a tender and get your ass back to shore, you're stuck. Well played, Heather Gay. Well played. But it wasn't genuine. It was for the show. Like I said, like I thought. Just like I thought. Water time. Heather needs help to come at Lisa, absolutely, and she got it. She gonna have a troop. She gonna have a backup. Oh, absolutely. Some people say I'm nice, and some people say I'm nasty. But if you really wanna know, just ask me. Cause Heather Gay's nicey. Oh, say I'm nicey. Word to Michelle. Lay girl, that's nicey work, baby. Yes. Exactly. Heather put Lisa on a pedestal, and when she finally got in, she realized it wasn't all it was cracked up to be what she thought it was. She played the long game, and now it's getting her get back from season one. Oh, absolutely. She got into it. She infiltrated it. Because, see, sometimes you got to work at the job to know how to run the operation. You got to know how to run a job, baby. So the only way you know how to run a job is you go get hired at the job, and then you quit McDonald's and you go open up McDowell's across the street. Meredith thinks that Lisa is a safer bet and sees what Heather is doing. I'll be honest with you. Yes, that's exactly what Meredith was peeping because Meredith kept looking like, I see what you're trying to do. But guess what? Girl, ain't nobody safe on this damn show. Run, girl. Run. All right, you guys. Mary and Angie go over to Whitney's house and they talk about Bronwyn's cases and charges that leaked. Bronwyn meets with Todd. Whew, she films again with him, and Bronwyn says everything was 10 years ago and was dismissed, and that they were sealed. And because it was dismissed and sealed, she cannot talk about her involvement in that. Oh, no, 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 you don't, Bronwyn. Back it up. Back it up, Bronwyn. No, you don't. And I think not. And I think not. You bring that ass back on over here, Bronwyn. Come on, no, 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 no. You come here because when it was Lisa on the table, you didn't give a damn if it was delayed, denied, and dismissed. You discussed it. So we don't give a damn if it's delayed, denied, and dismissed. You better get discussing. Remember when I said, ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. And the first thing I thought about was I need Lisa to know about this immediately. And I need Lisa to press Bronwyn because Bronwyn brought it up and Bronwyn should have swept around her own front door. You do not go sweeping around someone else's front door when you got stuff going on too. Keep your mouth shut or walk in it, own it, and move forward. But you chose to spray somebody else with their legal issues when you got legal issues of your own, and all of a sudden, now that they're out, you're not at liberty to discuss. Kiss my ass, Bronwyn. You're full of shit. Oh, thanks, guys. And no. No, ma'am. I don't live. I don't live. I don't live. I don't live. You better get to talking. Just like you wanted Lisa to talk, you better have delayed, denied, and dismissed on some poster boards at a press conference because you need to host a press conference because you did Lisa dirty. I'm not saying you was wrong for doing Lisa dirty, but you did Lisa dirty. And now that you done did Lisa dirty, now we can't talk about it. Oh no, ma'am. Oh no, ma'am. Oh no, ma'am. I told y'all every dog has his day. And ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. I said it. And I need to see what Lisa does with it. I don't care. I need to see it. All right. Todd texts Bronwyn. Todd says that he texts Bronwyn after the news dropped that she shouldn't go on a trip. And Todd is unclear why she wants to spend the time with these people anyway and why spend more time with Lisa Barlow. Lisa, who has lied on Bronwyn and Todd and Muzzy and Bronwyn's daughter and everybody in Bronwyn's life that Lisa has been lying on. Why would you want to go on a trip? And he wasn't pissed on Lisa if her brain were on fire. Okay. So we all know at this point, Todd does not see it for this show, and most especially Lisa Barlow. Brahma says, based on their past, there's a heavy chance that Lisa either leaked this information or is perpetuating the rumors about Bronwyn. I'm conflicted because you did that shit, but is this totally out of the realm of possibility that Lisa could have done this? No. Sorry, that speaks to your character, Lisa. Todd says he wouldn't go and is confused as to why Bronwyn will want to muck around in the slime or in the gutter with slime. And if she goes, don't come home and complain. She got in a fight with Lisa because that's what they're going to do anyway is fight. And so he doesn't want to hear hide no hair about it. Y'all going to try to make me feel like Todd the villain, but he's not. He's not. If this is a deal breaker for you, if you don't like the way that your man talks to you, if you don't like that your man doesn't support your business endeavors, if you don't like that your man is not supportive on this show, if you don't like every time your man get on this show, he treats you like a dog and sticks your nose in the poop and makes you smell it over and over again. If you don't like the way that your man is doing you in regards to the show, find a man, get divorced. He has clearly told you he don't want to hear about it. He has clearly told you he's not really interested in filming this show, even though you make him do it. And it was two scenes in one show. Now you got things that's going to implicate him and his business that have hit the streets. Does Todd like Bronwyn? No. And I think he resents the very things that he married her for. Because if you listen to those charges and you see the way that she dresses and you hear like the stories about her growing up and all that stuff, relatively speaking, compared to others, she's not. But for Todd, Brahman was a hot girl. It was Pretty Woman. He married some, supposed, wild child, and he fell in love with her wildness, her spontaneity, her color. He fell in love with Lisa Frank and then got mad that Lisa Frank kept coloring well into his 60s and 70s. And baby, that's a man that resents you. That's a man that no longer likes you. And everything that he married you for is the things that he is trying to get away from. It's time for you to go. It's time for you to find a man. Because if you need your man to support you, if you need your man to want to know about how you and Lisa Barlow got into a fight, if you need these things from your man and your man is purposely withholding them from you and telling you he has no interest in it, you either have to do like I told Olivia to do, which is accept that Brittany is a dick dumb person that's always going to chase behind dick and you're always going to play second fiddle to a pole. Okay. You're going to either have to accept Todd for who he is, like you need to accept Muzzy for who she is, or you're going to have to leave Muzzy alone and you're going to have to leave Todd alone. Because if these people do not serve you in the best way, you have to let them go. And it's easier said than done, but you keep showing up on camera, and now I got to start questioning whether or not you're the villain. Because why continue to keep bringing stuff up and putting people in situations that they have continuously told you they do not want to be in? I gotta ask, is Bronwyn the villain? Gordon and me or someone. Yeah. Now you resent me because of what you wanted. You wanted it, you got it. I understand Todd. His personality is very similar to my dad's. He warns you in private and don't want to hear about it if you choose to do what he warns you about. Yeah. I mean, people say what they say and they move on. Um, you know, I understand Bronwyn's need and her lack and her yearning for. Bronwyn has always had a yearning. She's a yearning type of a person. She yearned for a certain relationship with her mother that her mother purposely withheld from her and continues to do so. She's yearning for a relationship with her husband, and her husband is continuously and purposely denying her of what she's yearning for. So, are you always going to be a yearner? Or are you going to start being an attainer and start attaining the things in your life that you want for your happiness? I don't know. Yes, this is it. And this is where we're going to leave you guys. The definition of insanity is to keep doing the same thing and expect different results. And that's where I leave you guys. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in and supporting No Chaser TV. I'll give you some more details on the birthday. The birthday. Out, out, out. Shaboom, ba-boom, ba-boom. Soon. And tomorrow we'll be here immediately after Potomac to discuss the Potomac Housewives. Thank you guys for supporting that so much in that panel. And we will be having Married to Medicine back. And we will also be having back not only will we be having Married to Medicine, but we'll also start doing Beverly Hills. So look out for that. And we will see you guys soon, okay? Mwah. Yeah, Scorpio season. Yeah, 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 yeah. Scorpios, honey. Scorpios doing it for the girls. Peace out. Like and subscribe. Bye. Yeah, yeah. Ooh. I'm joking. I'm joking.